welcome to the channel. In this video, I am going to fix my case fans on one of my testing machines. A little bit about this is I had these two fans, case fans, which is what you are looking at. What happened was I cut the wires too short and I was trying to use the IDE connection to hook the fans back up. Well, the problem is it was too short, so every time I would take that out, I would have to turn off the machine and and basically disconnect them every time I wanted to take the side of the case off. So what happened the other night is one of the fans in my daily use machine, as you can see, it barely spins. The motor burned out and it seized up. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this connection here all the way up to the fan part, and I'm going to cut it right here. So I'm going to do that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, cut it just like that. So the fan is gone, but the connection is good, and I already modified the connection on the other end. So all I need is the red and black wire. Red is your positive, the black is your ground. So what I'm going to do here, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to block the camera there. Right. So what I did is I took the connection and went like this down the center, so that way I could do this. So now what I'm going to do is take these wire strippers, and yes, they are called wire strippers, and I'm going to put the wire in here just like that, and you go like that. There you go. I'm going to do the same thing to the black one. So there we go. The wires are stripped. Now the black wire, as I mentioned, is your ground, and this is the positive, as you can see. So on these fans here, I have these two connections right here. The fan, what I did is I hooked the fans together, so when I twist the cable that I need onto it, I'm going to do it like this, so that way it's one connection. So what I got to do now is I have to cut and restrip those wires. The reason you want to do that is to get a clean contact point, so that way there's nothing wrong. Now, if these fans that are not bad, the bearings are not seized, as you can see, once I do this, I'll have a modular connection. So for any reason something happens, I could just yank this wire out. It'll be fine, and you can hook them up while the PC is running. I would only do that to my own stuff. If you're working on a customer's machine or a family member's machine, I do not recommend you do that, just in case something would to go extremely wrong. Because even as long as I've been doing this, I've had stuff go extremely wrong on me, and It's not fun. So, okay, so to start off here, I'm going to take a little bit of wire off this, a little bit of wire off that, and I'm just going to take a little bit off that. So now what I'm going to do is take these, and I am just going to strip the wire down a little bit. There we go. Do it to the black wire too. So that way I have a little more of a wire to use. Okay, so I stripped those wires, and now what I'm going to be doing is taking the red wire and the black wire, and I'm going to be hooking them up. So what I want to do here is pull those wires a little more apart. Take the red and the red wire, as you can see, twist them up. Then what you do is you take the wire you're going to be using to connect it up and twist it on like that. Now the reason I twist the two fans together first is so I'm only dealing with one connection when I hook it up to this wire right here. The red to red, black to black. All right, so all the wires are connected. So you take your electrical tape here. Yes, I'm using blue. As I mentioned before, that is my favorite color. So I'm going to take the red cables here, and just for extra reassurance, wrap it around. Now I like to do this more than is necessary, and the reason I do that is for safety reasons. Now if this was a customer's machine, I would not be doing this. I would just totally replace the fans. But since it's my own system, I can do that. Now, unwrap more electrical tape, rip it off. Now I'm going to wrap it around, squeeze the connection. Then what I like to do is then this way it's not moving around or whatever. So now before I turn on the computer, I'm going to turn on the power here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this connection. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but I am going to plug it in. Oh, there we go. So what I am going to be doing is I am going to be plugging it in to the Molex connection. IDE line on the computer. So when I push the power button, both these fans should power on with no issue. The worst thing that'll happen is you hear a loud pop and the fan smells a little bit and it stops working. So let's try this. And there we go. So my case fans do work. I'm using these as intake fans. The reason I'm doing that is because I use this computer a lot with the videos that you see. So I wanted something to keep cool under a lot of stress. What was happening with it's good to have a fan on the side of the case. What was happening with my daily use computer is this fan wasn't spinning very fast and it was extremely loud. So what I did is I took one of these fans that I had lying around and I already had the connection made up. So I just plugged it in there, kept the system cool. There was no issues whatsoever. So as you can see, it's just one connection. No issues. I do have an intake fan on here as well. I have to get the exhaust fan running. I'll have to figure that one out. Because it uses a regular 3-pin connection. It's not the regular one, but I will figure that out. You see me work with that before. So as you can see, this is running. There's no smoke. There's nothing. You don't see me panicking and trying to turn it off. So this is working flawlessly. What you want to do is you want to let it run for a little bit so you know it works. So now I have the connection and I gave it plenty of slack. So if I have to, for some reason, pull it and move it off to the side, I know that I'm not going to be dragging parts with me. So anyway, that is it for this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and click that bell for more notifications.